Hello, my name is Peggy Adams, President of the League of Women Voters Flint area. With partners Communities First and Flint Beat, we share a purpose to engage, empower, and educate local voters. We're happy to bring you a virtual community forum today to help you decide which candidate for Genesee County Commissioner in your district will get your vote. The Board of Commissioners makes important decisions about how your tax dollars are spent, so knowing about your candidate is important. All candidates for these offices were contacted. Some candidates chose not to participate for a variety of reasons. We hope you'll listen carefully to those who have and check vote411.org to see if there is a written response from the others. All were informed that they would need to comply with certain rules, such as refraining from comments on other persons and only taking this opportunity to tell voters about their own qualifications, priorities, and outlook. All candidates were asked the same questions and all had the same time to answer. Thank you, and we look forward to an informative discussion. Good afternoon, Mr. Avery. How are you?
Good, Mrs.
Oh,
Adams.
Winfrey. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I looked at my notes wrong. Okay, Mr. Winfrey. Going forward, we have 6 questions.
Okay.
What background and experiences have prepared you for this office?
Age. Yeah, been around a long time, done a lot of things, been involved in a lot of things, community, NAACP. I had about 10 years of governmental experience with the city of Flint, before deciding to run for this position. Um, Been an administrator of a nonprofit for the past 18 years, and even before then, about 10 years. So pretty well versed in, I consider myself a generalist, with a lot of functions. I do grant writing. I can do accounting when necessary. I know how to read budgets. I know how to construct budgets. Um, and I just have a heart for people. I love working with people. I love the work that I do. I love touching people, um, particularly those that are the least of these in our community. Um, I want to be able to give people a hand up uh, and sometimes a hand out when necessary. Uh, and I think the Board of Commissioners gives me a good platform to accomplish that.
Thank you. What are your priorities for the 2023-2024 term?
My priorities, number one, I want to make the county of Genesee more responsive to all of its citizens. Um, the county government is sort of operated under the radar in a lot of respects because I guess we don't create the kind of excitement that our counterparts across the street create. So we're sort of under the radar. So with that, I think the county sort of um, is not as responsive to all of the people of this county as it should be. I was really dismayed when I look at the number of minority vendors, who have contracts with the county, and you can probably count them on one hand, if that many. Um, and it's just a lot of the systemic racism that still occurs within the county. And I want to be in a position over the next 2 years to sort of ferret that out. And in addition, I want to see us become more proactive in terms of economic development. I know we farm a lot of that out, but I think there's a lot more that we can do in that regard.
Thank you. How would you respond? How will you respond to constituent concerns?
I make sure that I try to address all of my constituent concerns. I answer all of my telephone cause. Um, and, I'm not afraid to uh, seek answers, to whatever concerns or questions they may have, not only about county government, but anything else, that I can help them navigate through. Um, so, you know, constituents are the reason that I'm on the Board of Commissioners. I'm there to serve, I'm there to address their needs, and moreover, I'm there to respond to their needs.
Okay. According to the U.S. Census, Genesee County's population declined 4.6% from 2010 to 2020. What policies would you pursue to help grow our county in the future?
Well, I think a lot has to be done, to stop the exodus of residents from the county. I think economic development has a lot to do with it. We need um, good paying jobs, to keep people in the county. Uh, we need to deal with the blight issues throughout the county. We have to make sure that we have a very good educational system for our kids in order to attract more businesses and industry to our county. Um, but I think the main thing that we need to do in order to stop the exodus, uh, is to create more good paying jobs, and I think that's the bottom line.
Okay. Um, Fifth question: what do you see as the role of county government in partnering with cities, villages, and townships across the county?
Well, I think the county plays a very important role. For instance, so even with the ARPA funds, we put a call out to all of the townships and villages and small cities, to make sure that, we address some of their needs um, in terms of some of the American Rescue dollars. Uh, I think, the county has a um, fiduciary responsibility with the road commission that serves all of the townships across Genesee County. Um, and I think actually the sky's the limit in terms of the partnering and collaborations, that we can do with regards to not only the townships but the small cities and villages throughout the county.
Okay, thank you. And the last question is, why do you want to be a county commissioner?
Well, I just have a heart to serve the people, and I think there's still a lot of work that has to be done, and I think I have the experience and the knowledge and the know-how to get some of those things done. Like I said, I want to be a voice for the least of these in our community to make sure that we're not letting anyone fall through the gaps. Um, and like I said before, I think county government is a good platform for me to do what's in my heart.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you so much for being part of this process. That's when uh, people seeking office participate in debates and forums. It gives the public a great chance to get to know who they are, what their priorities are, and helps to make informed choices. So I thank you very much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.